Hello YouTube, Sharps 1874 here with the fourth or fifth attempt to get this video up and running. So I tried 3 or 4 times yesterday. We're going to try again today. So this is the next installment in Reloading 101. In today's video we're putting the gunpowder in the primers and seating the bullets. So this is a really important part of the video because you don't want to have a squib load, which I did, and if you've seen my other videos, you've seen what happens with a squib load. So as you can see, there's a bullet in there, there's a split barrel, and that was a very unusual afternoon. A squib load is defined as any time there's not enough energy to get the bullet out of the end of the barrel, basically, is the simplest way to put it. I don't know exactly what happened in my case, whether I didn't put enough gunpowder in, or maybe it was just a primer and no gunpowder. Don't know, but I learned my lesson, and I am extremely careful now on how I reload and put the gunpowder in my cartridges. So, most importantly, you want to have a very good, trusted resource book when you decide how much gunpowder and which gunpowder you're going to put in your cartridges. In my case, we're going to be reloading today 44 mag, but this is not for a pistol, this is for a rifle chambered in 44 Magnum. So there's a separate section in this book just for rifle loads, and that's what I'll be using. And so I guess without further ado, let's go over to the reloading bench. That's hard to say. Now you know why it took me 3 or 4 attempts. Be right back. All right, we're ready to put powder in my previously prepared cartridges. So I have these in one section. There's actually 3 separate sections right here. Here I've got the prepared brass. I've gone through and I've checked every one to make sure that the primer is flush with the bottom of the brass. Once I load it with gunpowder, it goes into this section. Once I check it, make sure everything's correct to put the bullet on top, then I move it to this section. So I've previously dialed in my my powder throw, and I will put gunpowder in, and I check about every other one on my scale to make sure that it's correct, and it is. Sometimes I'll do every 3rd one, sometimes every one, but as far as I'm concerned, you can never be too careful. And that's just right. Okay, do 2 more. Perfect. Okay, normally I will do 50 at a time, and when I do that, I always do another double check to make sure that I have gunpowder in all of my cartridges. So I like to take a flashlight, and I will go down and individually inspect each one. If I do 50, I do all 50, making sure there is enough, there's gunpowder in every one of these things. When you do a whole bunch of them, sometimes there is the potential that you could forget. All right. So after the gunpowder's in, then we're ready to put the bullet on. So I have previously set the depth and got the crimp just exactly right. So there's gunpowder in here, goes in, we put the bullet on. And I have also previously measured the overall length to verify that everything is correct. And then it moves, the bullet moves over here. Now on this particular bullet, there is a crimp ring right there, and that pretty well governs what the overall length is going to be, because you want to crimp into that crimp ring. Now if you have any questions on seating the bullet and how to adjust the crimp, I will include a link in the description to my other video that goes into detail on exactly how to do that. It's kind of a two-step process. So, I'm finally going to get these 44 mags done. Now, in case you're wondering why I've got two different containers here, different gunpowder in those. If you notice, I only have one gunpowder out here. I only do one at a time. Never have two gunpowders on the bench at the same time. Don't want to have any chance of mixing things up or forgetting what I've got loaded into my powder throw. And you notice I have two different powder throws. This one I use mainly just for small caliber pistols. This is the main one that I use. Okay, 10 done. Okay, I'm Sharps 1874, and I thought you might like to know